Welcome back. Today's video is something of a glossary. It's a foundational guide to terms we'll be using throughout this course. To make sure we're all speaking the same language, I'll be breaking down key concepts like spirituality, divination, witchcraft, and more. Think of this as your roadmap to understanding the practices and philosophies we'll explore in greater depth as we move forward. What is spirituality? Let's start with spirituality. Dr. Maya Spencer of the Royal College of Psychiatrists describes spirituality as the recognition of a feeling or sense of or belief that there is something greater than myself, something more to being human than sensory experience, and that the greater whole of which we are a part is cosmic or divine in nature. In other words, spirituality is about recognizing that life has meaning beyond daily struggles and biological needs. It encourages us to explore universal themes like love, compassion, and truth, and to rise above selfish or unconscious patterns. You don't have to meditate in a temple or pray in a church to have a spiritual experience. It can happen while watching a movie that makes you question your existence, or while reading a life-changing book, or even witnessing a beautiful sunrise. I have spiritual experiences whenever NASA releases a new photo of space. It's important to note that spirituality is not the same as religion, though I wouldn't blame you for making that mistake. People sometimes approach spiritual concepts with the same black and white thinking that you would expect from a religious zealot. While spirituality is deeply personal, religion is more formalized, involving specific beliefs, rules, and communities. What is metaphysics? Metaphysics is a branch of philosophy that studies reality and existence. It asks big questions like, why are we here? What are we? It also explores topics like the nature of being, the cosmos, and knowledge itself. If spirituality is the personal experience of meaning, metaphysics is the intellectual exploration of what reality is. What is religion? Religion refers to formalized belief systems that involve the worship or obedience of deities considered to have control over human destiny. Religions can be monotheistic, worshiping one god, or polytheistic, worshiping multiple gods. Christianity is a religion. Wicca is a religion. Witchcraft is not a religion. What is paganism? Paganism is a term with complex roots. Originally, it was used by early Christians to describe people who practiced polytheism. Over time, it came to refer broadly to religions that don't worship the God of Abraham. Essentially, it's pre-Christian traditions. Modern paganism emphasizes a connection to nature, often recognizing divinity in both goddesses and gods. Many pagans believe in reincarnation and see humanity as part of a sacred natural cycle. It's important to note that paganism doesn't automatically mean practicing witchcraft. You can worship deities without doing spell work, and you can work with deities to perform spells without worshiping them at all. Working with a deity is not the same as worshiping the deity. What is divination? With the popularization of tarot and online readings, you might have a skewed idea of what divination is. People often seek out readings for one of three reasons: fortune telling, to see what's going to happen in the future; spiritual guidance. This is similar to a therapeutic session or the type of conversation you would have with a priest. They have questions about their purpose in this life and the nature and meaning of existence. The third reason is connection to the divine, to commune with a higher power or universal force. And that's what divination actually is. Divination means connecting to the divine. It's the practice of seeking guidance, clarity, or insight from something greater than ourselves. Historically, divination was often tied to specific deities or sacred spaces, such as the oracles of ancient Greece. The ability to connect directly with the divine is a powerful practice that can be both liberating and disruptive to established authority, which is why it has often been suppressed. What is witchcraft? Witchcraft is the use of sorcery or magic. It's not a religion, and you don't need to worship a deity to practice it. Witchcraft can range from highly spiritual practices to more practical approaches, like using the scientific properties of herbs for your spell work. It's also not synonymous with Satanism. I only point this out because I hear it a lot. Many witches don't believe in Satan at all, as he's a Christian concept. What is magic? Magic is the application of beliefs, rituals, or actions to manipulate the natural world. Some people will say that they only practice quote-unquote light magic or positive witchcraft, and deem baneful magic as evil and manipulative. But if you are doing spell work, you are manipulating a situation. You are exerting your will onto the universe to make a change. Magic is still manipulation, even if you think it's justified. You may see magic spelled with a K. The K was added to separate it from stage magic, done by entertainment magicians. We don't pull bunnies out of hats here. Different cultures have their own terms and practices for what we might broadly call magic or witchcraft. It's crucial to respect cultural context and avoid appropriating terms or practices that don't belong to your tradition. A word on cultural context. Each culture has its own jargon and practices. For example, someone working with herbs, incense, and prayers in one culture may not call themselves a witch, and in some cases the term witch might carry negative connotations. While you might find power in reclaiming the word witch for yourself, it's not appropriate to impose that label on others. Similarly, don't adopt titles or practices from other cultures without understanding their significance or being invited into that practice. Respect is key. This video was an overview to help us build a shared understanding as we move forward. You don't have to label yourself or fit into any one category to build a meaningful spiritual practice. The goal is to find what works for you while respecting the diversity of traditions and beliefs out there. Thank you for joining me. If you are ready to learn more, make sure to subscribe and check out the next lesson in the series. See you soon!